if I can't show you my manhood's maturity, then how can I show you that I have matured as a man, right? Now let's look at matured. See, and this is what I'm saying about the process. See, I wrote a book about this. Well, that's the journey to my dream when I was talking about how I had to grow like from an infant into puberty into maturity. So now if I am mature, right, it's saying based on slow, careful consideration. See, so if I'm coming out of my immaturity, let's look that up because I was immature to even who I was gonna become. See, but if I did not mature as myself, then I couldn't introduce myself as my mature self. See, and that's why I'm trying to show these children how to grow out of poverty. Because first you got to grow mentally out before you can enrich yourself financially. Because I read it in the Bible again. Well, like I say, when I say I read it in the Bible, I asked my phone and it says, a fool and his money will soon depart. So this is what I'm trying to get people to understand. Like my immaturity is what allowed me to see my growth. Right now, look, immature, exhibiting less than an expected degree of maturity. See, so that's what I was doing, and that's what my mother was telling me, that Tommy, you immature. She never said I wasn't smart. She just said I wasn't using my smarts. So that's what I'm saying about like when a person is gifted, do they actually know? Now let's look up gifted. See, so if we break it down, then we'll have an understanding. Because I learned that in the Bible too, when it says, in all things get ye understanding. So it's like, I now understand the law, but I always understood myself, but but I didn't always use the best judgment to protect myself. And that's what I understand by a good fight. See, when you fight a good fight, you protect yourself on all flanks. That's on all sides. So, now you realize that you can't fight the world. But see, because your fight's so good, you can inspire the world to become better because you showing them an example of how you came through the fire. See, I'm saying, well, why should we burn ourselves up, right? Because look, when we riot, right, we burn down our stores. And that's why there's no grocery stores in our community, because they say that it's bad for business, right? But if we build the grocery stores, then we transition our finances from crack cocaine, meth, and all the things that the devil put in our hood for us to become prosperous off of the illness of our peoples, right? But if we do it what I'm talking about, and now we still selling product, right? But the product is for the edification of our bodies, right? Now we selling food. See, when we sell crack, the crackhead don't even want food. They want crack. See how the devil has messed with the mind, and now our children got a bunch of money but no sense. So see, what we got to do is heal as a people. And what you got to do as a person is forgive yourself. And once you forgive yourself, right, then you can work on forgiveness. And I'm talking about forgiving yourself. So now you can now get out of your way and become something you proud of. See, once you become something you proud of, then everybody else got to be proud. Because if we got to deal with who you are, then why can't we deal with who you want to be? Because if you are who you want to be, then what you mad for? See, and that's what I'm saying, right? Like, I realized money never made me, because my mother and father told me that money don't make me, I make money. So I've always saw money as a means to what I wanted. I never saw why would I save something when I want something. So that's why my economy is built off of acquiring assets, not selling them, right? Like I didn't look at an asset as a car, or I looked at it as my family, right? So if my daughter don't believe in what I say, then I allow the devil to direct her every move, because once she lose faith in me, it's like you cutting the umbilical cord. See, like, that's what men don't understand, right? Like, women is connected to the children through an umbilical cord that is attached to them through birth, right? But we as men, we are attached umbilical cords mentally, see, to the woman and to the seed. And if our minds are not humane, then our environment is inhumane. And when you raise up fruit in an inhumane environment, then the fruit become inhumane. See, like, you cannot grow a garden in toxic soil and think that the things that come out of that garden is not going to be toxic. The soil is toxic, so whatever comes from it is toxic. So this is why what we must do as a people is have an individual plan for a collective goal. See, everybody can see freedom as a project, but when you see freedom as a privilege, then you think somebody is infringing on your freedom. But if your freedom is yours, then that's personal. See, that's why America is the New Jerusalem, because every person in America has the God-given right to become something. It's in the law that you got your right. That's a personal thing. See, that's why I'm giving you your right to become something, but I had to take the money that you desire and say, now, you don't need to sell your body to get this money from your father. See, that's why I was upset when people was taking me in the strip joints. But what I'm saying is, where they were saying I was gay, but if I don't, they don't see. So, okay, now what? But now you talking to them and you saying, man, do you know that's our daughters? Do you know? But I'm not looking at them children, right? But if I don't go, I'm gay. See, I'm not living my life no more, right? I'm showing people their immaturity. And I'm saying, in order to raise our sons, we gonna have to get out of trying to be their friends. See, we got to be their teachers. And then we can be proud of our kids. And then we can be cordial. See, that's all you want with your children, is to be cordial, because you never stop teaching them. So you always gotta have that respect that I'm your father, I'm not your friend. See, I'm gonna tell you what you need to know. I'm not gonna tell you what you wanna know. I'm gonna tell, because I love you. See, and see, that's why I'm proud of myself, that no matter how successful my children get, they'll never be more successful than me. But now, and I know that sounds crazy, right? But not really. You see what I'm saying? Because say if my children become more successful than me, then they'll think they know more than me. And that's when the devil will enter into my home, because my kid done lost respect for my umbilical cord. See what I'm saying? So think about it. A baby in the womb of his mother, and the mother eats or she smokes crack, that goes and feeds the baby come out addicted. The daddy, now his mental umbilical cord has been severed. how and where do the baby get knowledge? The man, umbilical cord cut. They put poison down the throat of the mother. Now the baby is born addicted, no mental umbilical cord. Now this baby is growing wild. See what I'm saying? Now, see how the Bible's saying they was the most wisest beast of the field? Don't you see how the beast infected the womb? And now see, I'm trying to feed us through this mental umbilical cord, but y'all saying I'm crazy. I'm saying, but am I not telling you the truth? See, because I'm telling you my truth, but I'm also referring to your understanding, whether it be Islamic or Christian, because I'm letting you know that if you kill your temple, you can't raise it. See, and if you look, that's what Jesus showed you, that they killed his body and then they distorted his story. Now let's look at the story. Oh no, let me show you gift. A notable capacity, talent, or endowment. See, now, but when we so perverted, right? We call endowment a male part. But what about the mind? That's not an endowment. See, but this is what I'm saying. When you sever the mental umbilical cord, where does the knowledge come from? When you cut the source from the Father. So when America denied the black man the opportunity to learn how to lead his family, they cut the umbilical cord, right? So what I'm doing is I'm mending it on a mental length. And I'm saying, now look, you can eat or you can reject. But the Bible says that you shouldn't be holding me, because once you rejected my knowledge, then I have the right to reject you and your children. So I should have free pass, because I have given you love and evidence, and you rejected it for what was written in one book. But you ain't even trying to get some of the books that I got, right? 100 books of how to become yourself. The recipe is you. See, I'm saying that I can take each one of you and show you how to make $1 million, because I became sovereign so I could do it. But you say I'm crazy, so you done took my sovereignty and gave it back to the devil. And I'm saying, well, where's your sanity's maturity? Look like you immature in your insanity. See? Because if you say I'm crazy, then your sanity has to be immature. See, because my maturity is now revealing your insanity.